Hi, I'm Shoestring Jane. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm thinking about things I no longer buy that saves me money and produces a lot less waste. So generally, I find that frugality and sustainability go hand in hand. They just make natural bedfellows. If you jump off the consumer treadmill a bit, then you buy less and you automatically create a lot less waste. So if you're trying to save money, that's a kind of green bonus, if you like. And there are lots of things that I think if you stopped buying, you wouldn't really miss. So here are 10 of mine to get us started. So number one is magazines. So I used to have a serious magazine habit. I loved all of the glossy ones like Country Living and Cosmopolitan and lots of different women's magazines. And they're quite expensive, especially if you look at some of the really high-end ones. You're paying for like a really glossy quality photo book a lot of the time. So I gave them up. I started buying slightly cheaper versions, like older versions from the markets instead, which were cost about £1 for 3 or something like that. And then I realised that because I was reading the old ones, they had exactly the same things in as the new ones, and they were literally circular. They just had the same things in every year at the same time. And the other reason, not just to save money from actually physically buying them, but the other reason it saves money is because a lot of these glossy magazines present a lifestyle that most of us just can't afford. They make us dissatisfied with our looks, with our clothes, with our homes, with our lifestyles generally. And if you give them up and stop looking at those magazines, it makes you just a bit more content with your life. Of course, you can do the same thing with Instagram and those kind of things if you really want to, but it's just being aware of it. And it saves the waste of magazines. They don't all end up in the recycling at the end of the day. And it's good for your bank balance too. So number 2 on my list of things that I don't buy to save money and waste is fast fashion items. So fast fashion I think of as really cheap, mass-produced items that people don't really value. They come and go. And I can tell they don't value them because I say I don't buy them, but actually I do. I buy them second-hand because they're always in boot sales, charity shops. They've still got the labels on a lot of the time. People just buy lots of stuff because individually they're cheap. And so it's easy to spend a lot of money, but it's just a lot of waste really. There's a lot of waste goes on in the fashion industry. I think people are becoming more aware of this now. So I do buy fast fashion, but I buy it secondhand as part of my year of buying secondhand anyway. I wouldn't be buying anything new. I explained that I was doing a year of secondhand in my last video. I'll put the link below. So when I do buy new, when I get to the end of 2021 and maybe I do want to buy something new, my aim is to buy something that's much better quality with classic styling that will last. And that's whether it's clothing or furniture or something for the house or whatever. So number 3 on my list is things I don't pay for anymore, services I can do myself. So I can understand that if you work full-time and have a family, that things like a cleaner or having someone to help with the gardening or the ironing is probably essential. And if you can afford it, that's fine. But if you're trying to save money, then those kind of things, if you do them yourself, can save you quite a lot of money. For me, it's not essential. I do have the time. I work from home and I'm kind of semi-retired, I suppose, really. So I do those things myself. I try and do as much as possible for myself. So I'd always do DIY. I even cut my own hair a couple of times, especially during lockdown. I always dye my own hair. I wash my own car, those kind of things. Just doing things for yourself to save money. So number 4 on my list are loads of different cleaning products. So the marketers are very good at making us think that we need a different plastic bottle of some sort of chemical stuff for every job in the house. So you'll have something for your shower, something for your windows, something for your surfaces, something for your bathroom, something for your kitchen, all different things because they want us to buy lots of stuff. So I've stopped falling for those kind of marketing ploys. And I save money and waste by making a lot of my own or focusing on really simple cleaning products. So I'd go for low chemical ingredients like washing soda, white vinegar, lemon juice, that kind of thing, citric acid. rather than lots of different harsh chemicals. There's Archie in the background. And occasionally I'll buy a bottle of like generic bleach or maybe a cream cleaner, but generally speaking I make my own and I try and avoid a lot of chemicals. So it's less clutter, so I don't have a cleaning cupboard that's absolutely rammed full of different cleaning products. Fewer chemicals in the house, which is always good, less plastic waste, and it saves me money too. Number 5 on my list of things I no longer buy to save money and waste is cotton wool pads. So I used to buy loads, I always had them, bought in big plastic containers, and I use those to remove my makeup. Now I have washable bamboo ones, and they do the job just as well. They last really forever. I've only ever bought 2 lots, which I'm still using. They save waste and they save on money as well. Number 6 on my list is Christmas cards and Christmas wrapping paper. So I used to send a lot of Christmas cards out, especially I used to give them to work colleagues and send them to people I didn't see very often. And that's loads of cardboard wasted, as well as the cost of the stamps and the cost of the cards in the first place. And now instead I send messages and emails to people, not necessarily at Christmas, or I might just put a general Facebook message to everybody. And I thought I was a bit nervous about it. I thought people would get a bit stroppy if they didn't receive a card from me. But I think as long as you stay in touch with people in a genuine way, that's really all that matters. So how often have we all done piles of Christmas cards with the bare minimal message inside just to get it done, tick people off our list? They don't really mean anything. So just a little personalised message, just on Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever, is just as good. Saves money, saves waste, as I say. And the other thing I stopped buying a couple of Christmases ago was Christmas wrapping paper. I do have some wrapping paper, but it's because I've saved it from presents that people have given me. So if it's not ripped to pieces, I'll save it and fold it carefully and use it again. The same with gift bags. But other than that, I gathered some nice scarves and things from the charity shop, some fabric, and just folded them up in the presents up in those, and people were really good with it. And I found that people then started giving me presents wrapped in a similar way, or giving me back the wrappings that I'd given them, and they were saving them and reusing them, which was really good. So I save money doing those 2 things and save waste too. Another thing I don't buy is liquid soap. So I've never really liked liquid soap that much. I like solid bar soap. I like the smells of it and the shapes. It's cheaper, it's got less packaging. So I don't buy liquid hand soap. I don't buy shower gel. I'd mostly also use shampoo bars now as well, so I don't even buy shampoo. And people will argue that bar soap is somehow less hygienic than hand soap in a plastic container. It contains bacteria, or bacteria sits on it, that kind of thing. And I just don't get that. I don't think that's a reasonable argument. If someone's dirty hand has touched the top of the container, it's just as dirty as a bar of soap would be. And I think bacteria would probably find it quite hard to live on a bar of soap, which is basically made with harsh chemicals, for any length of time. So I think that bar soap is better. It saves money and waste again, although admittedly shampoo bars can be quite expensive, but I find that they last quite a long time anyway. Number 8 on my list is kitchen roll. So instead of buying paper towels for the kitchen, I cut up an old towel and leave it in a container where the kitchen roll used to live, and it's just like squares of toweling like this. I use these for mopping up spills, just the same way, just wiping up jobs, just the same as I would use kitchen roll, except that instead of going in the bin, they go in the washing machine when I'm finished with them. Okay, so number 9 of things I don't buy to save money is branded items. So with food, I found I downsized a lot from premium brands to supermarket brands, and even the value brands, without really anybody noticing or minding that much. There are some exceptions, like I really do like certain brands of coffee, and I do think that they taste different, so I will splash out on a Millicano coffee because I drink instant as well. But generally speaking, just anything else, I'll just buy the the supermarket generic brands, usually actually nowadays Aldi or Lidl brands, which I think are really good quality. So with things like clothing, I do end up with designer brands. Not that I would have rushed out and bought them new, but because I buy them second hand, you often pick up quite sort of premium branded items. But they're all second hand, as I say. If I had to choose between, I don't know, a pair of just standard cheap trainers and a pair of really expensive Nike trainers or something, I would go for the standard ones every time, as long as they're decent quality. I'm not talking really cheap stuff, and save myself a lot of money in that way. And the last thing on my list is disposable razors. So I haven't bought disposable razors for a couple of years now. My daughter bought me a bamboo and stainless steel razor for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've been using it ever since and just replacing the blades. The old blades I put in an old tin can and recycle them. So this has saved me money and a lot of waste as well, because you can't recycle those old plastic razor blades. So that's my final one. So that's just 10 of things that I no longer buy, which saves both money and saves on waste. There are loads more. I'm sure you can think of lots more. You can let us know in the comments what you don't buy anymore to save yourself some money, or also to save the waste. And if you liked this video, please like, thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.